I'll give it a sec, and then we can start. What's up, Preston? What's up, Bruno? All right, so decent gappers today. Kind of slow moving so far, but decent gappers. Good morning, Igloo Trader. Good morning, Newton. What's up, Mr. Howard? Or unless you like to be pronounced Mr. Howard. B. Jones, good morning. Okay, so I'll get into probably yesterday's watch, and then I'll get into gappers first, just because they're not really hitting any key levels yet, and the borrows are insanely expensive, so I don't know if I'll even trade any of the gappers. Morning, Carl. Morning, Quit Routine. Morning, John. Okay. So the first one I had was actually no, not anymore. So PED, clearly yesterday, triple top here, failed on pretty decent volume, but there's it still offered. It didn't give back its full gap, so there's still some downside to it. Murmurs. And if you just look at the chart, this one is the one I lost on yesterday. Pre-market, and then I ended up digging myself out of the hole throughout the day. Got close to break even, but I did get break even on the day. It's just borrows and stuff added up, so I ended up losing. Had a small red day, which is fine. I'm more pissed about how I traded this. But so now clearly it's got some room to down to the 140s maybe, and I'm looking for stuff into these key levels. So 190s, 220s, and 240s ish. So not really doing much right now yet, but we might get something out of the open. The other one, MDGS, and this one I already started into. So yesterday, this one was really annoying. I was really going for a big trade on this, but we didn't get it because we got from what I'm assuming, from what I can see in the tape and the chart, was a lot of insider selling. This did have a lot of institutionally, a lot of the flow was institutionally owned. So, but I was just looking. We're looking here, and there's obviously a lot of resistance. So you could say that this is a better short than anything. But this had blowout volume, over 200 million, and then looking at the daily, you can see that pre-market held the support at 290s. Out of the open, it held the support at 290s. Later in the morning, held support, lower high, and then I started getting long. Where did I get? I started getting long here once we got this, triple, quadruple bottom, whatever you want to call it. And then a higher low, started getting a pop to VWAP. So I got in long actually for the first time in a while on a decent setup versus this low, and then it ended up squeezing, and I was up $1 a share because my entry was all the way down here at 3. Didn't take any off because I was hoping for a move $5 to $6, and then clearly you can see that this is there is some selling here. This is not a natural move. Dumps from 4 and back down to 3. So unfortunately that sucked. But anyway, now that move has failed, I'm looking for backside of it. Unless we start holding levels, unless we start holding this, $3 290 level again, then maybe there could be some more room to the upside now that I'm looking at it. But we got a nice pop today on just some I think filing or something, maybe a PR, I don't know. But I started in short into just this resistance from yesterday, and looking for a fade back down mid 2s, maybe even lower. But if we hold, then we'll see what happens. And reshort higher, or maybe this could be another decent try out of on. So that's really all I got for from yesterday. On gap list, I got ZELB, XELB. Look at the daily. You know, pretty much a terrible chart. It's failed every single time. On low volume though, so you know you can't really base it off of, but just off of the chart. You know, it's got a lot of resistance. And if you look at you know the pre-market charts, obviously failed and come down as well. So you know really any pops to VWAP would be great, because you know that's kind of where some of this support and you know now resistance is going to be up at the $20s or so. So looking for backside if we get a retest of those levels. But I believe, actually I haven't checked on borrows on how expensive they are or not, but that's the plan on that one. OCCX, you know, I don't have an insane amount of conviction on this on the short side. Yes, we got this nice resistance level at 2, which is kind of where it is now. However, you know, if it goes over that, then we got room to 3. And I don't want to be short at 2, risking $3. So, you know, and just if you look on the chart right now, $2, not up a whole lot either. You know, if I'm trying to make 30 cents, you know, down to $1.70, I don't want to be risking $1. So the risk reward just isn't there on the short side on OCCX. Unless we get a move to 253, then I'd be interested. And I mean, you can you get a pop to 230, 240, risk, you know, 250s. Still not the best plan, but it's a decent plan nonetheless. MDGS breaking a bit. IDGX I like, but trade zero borrows are like, I think for 10,000 shares it was like $2,500 or something ridiculous. I'm not paying $2,500 on a $40,000 position. That's like 5% if I were, you know, to make anything. Obviously a great setup and it works, but yeah, it really works. Look at it now. But I'm just not paying $2,000 to $3,000 for borrows on one ticker. That's ridiculous. So that's that. And then kind of similar deal with MDRR. You know, no real volume weighted resistance though. So you know, kind of more of a fresh chart, low volume or low float. I mean, but pre-market chart has kind of fails. But I mean, who knows if we reclaim VWAP mid morning, late morning, then we can maybe see a move. But you know, if you know, I would still take a short 250 area. You know, you can't just believe that it's going to reclaim VWAP. You know, it's most likely going to stuff, but you know, we can the risk would be a reclaim of VWAP. But either way, borrows on this were also really expensive, so I'm not going to be paying that either. So IDGX, MDRR, decent setups on the short side, but not going to be touching them because it's too expensive. EFOI, I don't care about it. It's more or less of a breakout. No real volume. Not really my setup. Anything new? Doesn't seem like it. So yeah, that's honestly, it's kind of it. Let me see if there's any questions. You know, decent gaps again, just slow action. It's up, Tom. Did I see loop yesterday? I think I heard that ticker flown around. Wow, nice dump. I mean, yeah, now you know this chart is going to be a decent chart to short into in the future. It's created a lot of bag holders now. Every single person is now underwater. At least every single person that has bought this stock in the last year is underwater. So, except if you bought it at $6, but you know you got like a week to buy it at a good price and not be underwater right now. So good chart in the future, not something I want to trade now, unless you know somehow we get a move to $9-10 on good volume. Though this has only been trading 33,000 pre-market, so nothing I care about really right now. Maybe in the future. John, short IDGX. Yeah. If you captured a piece of that move, that's amazing. You know, I really wanted this too, but again, I'm not paying. You know, I'm just not paying $3 grand to short a stock on 10,000 shares. What's your take on Carl? What's your take on HAOB? Oh no, I don't trade OTCs. Julian, OCCX may be the same deal where they stuff to push it higher, maybe 253 and dump it. Yeah, I don't, you know, it could be. I don't like predicting moves. And that's probably why I'm not a good long trader. I'm not good at, I mean, I don't like predicting moves. I like reacting to moves. So that, you know, that's why I short, because you already got the move and you're just using resistance, and you're just using bag holders, and you're just trying to understand the price action and understand where longs are, and if they're underwater, they're going to be looking to sell. So that's my thesis on any of my trade plans. I don't like guessing where stock can go and what, you know, guessing what it can do. So that's not my type of trading. So I mean, yeah, that all could happen. And again, if it does get to 250 or 3, then I will short it. But we just have to wait and see. John, IDXG is 2K for 10,000 shares as well. So very expensive. Yeah, that's what I said. Oh, at center point. Oh, ouch. That's really. It's a little less expensive than Trade Zero, but I would assume that center point would have been a lot less. But wow. Oh well, that sucks. Julian, MDRX, very low volume MDRX. I saw this one earlier. Oh, billion market cap. I don't trade this. Do you long at all or only short, Josh? I long and short, mostly short. Yesterday I tried the MDGS long. I was up $1, so you know it was a very good setup. If you look at the indicators, huge volume, low float, short squeeze, everything lined up, but they sold into that big push and stuffed it. So that's why I don't like longing, because you can get a very good setup, and then you get manipulation and you're dumped on. So that's unfortunate, but at least I got out with I still got out with and making like $200-300 on it, just because you know I had such a low average, because I got in so early. But I long the other day. I tried Icon long, ICON, didn't work. So I mean, I'm not very good at lawns. But yes, I look for those. Dawn, OCCX. What about it? Don't just bring up a ticker. If you're going to bring up a ticker, can you at least leave a comment so I have something to comment on? Newton, great analysis as usual. Top watch for me. Xelb, IDGX, GPOP, 2 VWAP, MDRR 2.6 range. Only have borrows on Xelb when they were 170 this AM. That's awesome, man. Hey, that's great. The thing is, for me, I'm on West Coast, and I wake up at like 5:30. Well, I get to my computer at 5:30, so you know it's almost not possible for me to be up in the morning. You know, this would be 3 a.m. I'm not waking up at 3 a.m. to trade every single day as a career. That's just not sustainable. So, you know, I miss a lot of moves just because I can't wake up early enough. But, you know, I still make good money, so that's fine. But yeah, that's awesome that you had borrows and they were cheap. Good for you, man. Julian, like your point of view. Hey, thanks, man. Appreciate that. Don, used to be long biased, more into shorting now. Yeah, I was the same way. I used to be a long trader for my first year. My win percentage was 10%, maybe even less. I lost almost every single trade I took. Realized I am not good at it, and I switched over. Short on pops. I mean, I already went over my thesis on OCCX, so I'm not gonna go over it again. So just if you want, just rewatch the live stream after or something. Because I'm trying to get back to the room and get back to preparing for the open. I find the easiest stocks to long are OTCs. The moves are more simple. Yes, they are. They're just not liquid enough for me. But they are easier, but they also are much slower. So, and I have an insane amount of patience compared to a lot of people when it comes to holding a move all day without taking any off. But I'm not waiting for a 10% move over the course of a day. I mean, obviously you get huge. I've traded OTCs when I first started, so I know what you're saying. They are much easier. You can get huge, insane moves to the long side, short side as well. I've grown out of trading OTCs, but I don't find anything wrong. It's just not my strategy. I'd be waking up at 3 on the West Coast. Ooh, Preston, you are a beast, man. I don't know how you do that. That's rough. For me, I just can't because I'm not a morning person. So waking up at 5 already is really tough. So you waking up at 3, man, you are a boss. Kudos to you. MDGS, my only position, still holding this $3 level. And I mean, I also have GME on watch for a shove to the 1350s if we can get that. But this is slightly higher. I mean, the float's still low, so it moves. So this is an exception that I will make to a larger cap, but it's still under $1 billion. So, but other than that, that's it, guys. If any quick questions before I leave? If not, then I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. All right, see you guys.